Well, hello everyone. I finally have proper internet, so I can actually upload my videos without it taking several hours for a very short video. And if you saw my update in November, my Halloween update, you'll know that we moved to a very old house. We've had to do lots of decorating, lots of repairs, and I finally got to the stage where I actually have a space where I can sit down and record my videos. So this is quite a simple video. I've got such a huge list of videos that I need to do and to update. I don't know how I'm going to catch up with everything. We had no idea that it was going to take us so long to get the house sorted. It has been lots of problems, but we are getting closer to the end of all the things that needed to be done, which is a great relief. There's still a bit of work to be done, but it's a much better situation than we were in before. And when it is completely finished, it is going to be really, really nice. So I have, of course, been available on Messenger to help people with their queries, and I have been helping people. Anyone who has asked me for any help, I have answered them as quickly as I could on Messenger. I haven't always been able to reply to people on YouTube, just simply because we didn't have a good connection. However, I am back now, and I apologise for if I didn't get back to answering you on YouTube. Most of the questions that people ask me are available if you search in the actual YouTube on the channel. There's a little search bar where you can search within the channel. So most of the questions are actually there, and the answers to the questions. Obviously, the most popular videos that I have is why is my rat biting and why is my rat sneezing, and especially why is my rat sneezing. It's such a common problem, and I go through all the environmental reasons and any physical reasons of why your rat might be sneezing. So I would encourage you, especially if you can't get hold of me, to actually search through that video, because it is I've done as much as I possibly can in that video, and it is really helpful if you're not sure and you say to me, my rat's making a funny noise. If you do send me a short video of the noise through Messenger, I can actually hear the breathing noise, and most cases it is usually just a respiratory infection. Very common when you get new rats and they've had a change of environment, especially with pet shop rats. Also, I wouldn't worry about all the things that are currently in the news regarding rodents and viruses. If you've got your rats from a pet shop in the UK, I haven't personally heard of any problems with rats and the virus that's currently going around. Mainly, it is just, as far as I know, it is just the normal little sneezes and snuffles that rats are prone to. And I think the really, really important thing is I can only help you so far. So if your rat is having problems with their breathing, you really need to contact your vet as soon as possible. And if you have any concerns about your rat's health, you need to speak to your vet. I'm always happy to help, but there is a limit to what I can do. And it's really nice when people actually update me and they say that, oh yes, I've got some antibiotics, my rat's getting better. It's always nice to know that people have been able to get the help that they need. Now, vets aren't always that good with rat health, so if you find a good vet, then it's very important you try and use that vet whenever you can. I always give the best knowledge that I can regarding rat health. As some of you know, I've been caring for rats for a very long time now, and giving health advice and rehoming for a local animal charity. So I do know a fair bit. Things are always changing, and it's always good to keep up to date with things that are in the news, but do be very careful about fake news. And also, there's a lot of bad advice. People will often tell you things, and it's just to get lots of views on their channel. I've always been extremely honest with what I tell you. I won't give you anything that I think is bad advice. I don't follow gimmicks. If something doesn't sound right, if it sounds unsafe, then don't do it. The reason I follow a lot of my practices that I've followed from the beginning is because they work. It keeps my rats healthy, it keeps them safe. The one thing that I have updated over the years is the foods that I give them with my dried food. And that is because when I first started keeping rats, we didn't have internet. I don't think internet even existed when we first had rats. We could only get what was available in the local pet shop. We got internet and the circle of people that I know that keep rats got bigger and bigger, we learnt more about the fresh foods and the dried foods, that we could give to rats. And that is why my advice has changed. But if the only food you can get is a packet mix from your pet shop, because that's all they sell where you live, and you're not in a place where you can get a mail order easily, then do the best you can. You have to do the best you can. You shouldn't be made to feel guilty if you can't afford the sort of mixes that I've moved on to. But in most places now you can get good quality dried food, either in your local shop, maybe not in your local shop, but through mail order. So just don't panic, don't feel that you're doing the wrong thing because you've had to feed a dried mix because we're in your country or your area. That is all there is. Just top up with the vitamins if they're needed. Lots of dried food do have vitamins in, they don't all. So you need to read the information, do the research on the foods that you've got, and top up with your fresh foods. So I think the advice is, don't go for the gimmicky things. If something is you feel it is just a new idea and that it's not being researched, or the diet that people are saying they're feeding their rats, I often see people have made up a mix and it is so unhealthy. It's just sugary cereals, it's carbohydrates, no protein, not enough vitamins. So just be sensible and have a good look around and do your research. I say I'm always happy to help if I can. I'm not available 24 hours a day, so I answer as soon as I can. But I think you should never feel guilty if someone else tries to make you feel you're doing the bad thing, unless there's always a thing you should keep your mind open. If someone comes along and says to you, oh, that food is too sweet, you've not got enough protein, you shouldn't give that, it's dangerous. I think you should always stop, have a good look, have a research, and if you feel, don't be too proud to think maybe they were right, but question, really think about it and do your research. Don't rush out and change what you're doing immediately. And also there is a theory that rats eat anything, you can change their diet straight away. That's not entirely true. That might be true in the wild where rats eat what they can find. But when your rat has been used to a food, it can cause great upset to suddenly change their diet. So diet should always be changed gradually over the course of 2 weeks. So that's just a few of the questions that I've been getting quite often. So I thought I would just do a little update on that. I will try really hard to finish updating my playlists, and I hope you're all keeping well. And I think times are still uncertain, so don't panic. Just try to take one day at a time if you feel things are really overwhelming. If you're getting really upset about everything and you're not sure that you can cope, it's always best not to look too far forward. It's great to have plans, but plans can change. Sometimes things have to change, but just keep going. Just know you're not alone. There is always someone out there to talk to.